Crazies, man, y'all welcome back to the lab. Lee here, y'all saw that title too as well. We are diving down the TikTok rabbit hole once again. That is right, I'm going to sit in one corner. I'm going to put the TikToks in the other corner. We're going to react to them. We're going to laugh. We're going to think. We're going to boggle. We're going to go crazy. We're going to do whatever it does. It's going to be a mixed bag of TikToks. Going to be some funny ones, some serious ones, some ones we need to really think about. And man, we're just going to have a good time. So before we get this going, y'all remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me your comments down below of what you thought about these TikToks and other ones we might have to look up to as well. So go ahead and grab your cup of free your mind and let's get down this TikTok rabbit hole for you. Let's go.
Have you heard of the Tony Stark theory?
No.
So we all know that Tony Stark is the reason why a lot of like MCU villains were created, like Ultron, Mysterio, and Vulture.
He indirectly created them.
So in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, Spider-Man and Miles Morales both get bit by a radioactive spider that was made from Oscorp. And the same thing happens with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Right.
But New Rockstar did a theory that Tom Holland's Spider-Man actually was bit by a radioactive spider that was actually made by Tony Stark.
No way.
So think about it. In Spider-Man No Way Home, Green Goblin says, I went to my house and someone else is living in it and there's no Oscorp here. And since Oscorp doesn't exist in Tom Holland's universe, it would make sense that Stark Industries, the leading laboratory in the MCU, created the radioactive spiders. And we know that ever since he was a kid, Tom Holland's Peter Parker would go to the Stark Expo, just like we saw in Iron Man 2. So what if years later, he actually went back to the Stark Expo and he actually got bit by the radioactive spider there?
That could be very possible.
Even in Spider-Man Homecoming, you can tell that Tony Stark's been monitoring Peter Parker's every move. And Tony knew that Peter Parker had powers before he approached him in Civil War, because he knows that one of his radioactive spiders got out. And this all makes sense why Tony feels such a responsibility to protect and guide Peter.
That is so true. Even now that I think about that whole universe, and if you put the multiverse into it, you know, everything got kind of screwed up. Yeah, that makes complete sense, huh? It was actually Tony's spider that bit Holland. Not a bad thought there. Not really a bad thought at all. Pretty neat though, thinking about it.
When I first really started to accept that everything around me is not real, I was so scared. I felt like I was going insane until I found phase 2, and I found people that were living their life this way. Wealthy people living their life with absolutely no limitations, just following their intuition and just having fun with their lives, like, because they understand that this is a video game. When you really have that awareness, you can have so much more fun with your entire reality, because you aren't just wasting your time playing around with money problems and time issues.
Makes sense though. I mean, do you think that our life right now, what we are existing in, is a video game? I mean, so many evidence points the same, you know, towards it. Even in my psychedelic experiences, I've even seen my controller. I've even got new controllers. So, I mean, technically, I think life really could be a video game, some kind of game. You know, I think that's one thing.
This is a system like China has. It's very dangerous. Video shows how China is using AI in their schools.
That's creepy.
Know exactly when someone isn't paying attention.
白色就是你可能跟网络还没有连接好。
These headbands measure each student's level of concentration. The information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents. Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations. There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes. But schools say it wasn't hard for them getting parental consent to enroll kids into what is one of the world's largest experiments in AI education, boost students' grades while also feeding powerful algorithms.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
That one is just
They're
so
gonna kill
weird to me, just because that is one of those, man, how are we gonna have everything watch our every move? I mean, our phones do it now anyway, but
Wait, what
Wait, they probably did do something to Jamie. I can't let it go. Look, he ain't gonna make it. That's what Kanye West said, and they just said they suing
yeah,
him.
this one's huge
This is his
right
last
now.
movie. They cloned Tyrone.
They
That's
did
weird,
clone Foxx.
This is his tattoo that was real on his head. That's what they say. This is his latest sighting.
Yeah, that was a sighting like a week and a half
That
ago.
man ain't got no tattoo.
Ain't nothing on his head.
And
There's no tattoo on his head.
Because I'm real. The bartender was saying, Johnny, are you ready for your
That's
test?
Jamie Foxx.
You don't understand nothing. You know, clones, they say, you can only show them one thing. You can't give them too much because they'll get confused. And then, come on, man, they clone Tyrone. A friend of mine put me up on this. Remember they say he went blind and he played that character? And look, they 1-1. What?
Now, yeah, this has been the big topic, you know. Has Jamie Foxx been cloned? Hollywood puts it in front of you all the time. I mean, you can tell by the pictures, his color, stuff like that. I know he was sick and everything else. But when they put a movie out with Jamie Foxx, with Tyler in there, they clone Tyrone. You best believe they call Tyrone. So we can't call Tyrone no more. Better call Tyrone. But he ain't gonna pick up that phone.
So they discovered this massive metal thing that has electrical outlets and shit on the top of it
crazy.
On a western beach in Australia yesterday. Now, according to sources, government officials, local authorities, scientists have all examined this thing and cannot figure out where it came from. All they know so far is that it did not come from space. It did not come from the water. It did not come from an aircraft. And I was thinking, I've seen this before. So familiar. Well, I know I cannot be the only person that looks at this thing with the electrical things and wonders, is this just a giant canned light that fell from the sky? Are we in the Truman Show all together? How many viewers do we have? Anyways, this is the hazmat crew that came with
They're
rubber
all
gloves
watching
and a
us.
director's hat.
They're all watching us. But it's true. I even saw one where they were, and then the evil lady, the bad girl from Power Rangers pops out of it. But that one, it just reminds me of the Truman Show when Sirius fell from the sky. And it is so weird. Now, this next one you're about to see is about tomorrow, technically, and about how the military is about to run this blackout exercise. It's eerie. Pay attention to this shit. I'm just telling you.
Hello, I'm your Fort Riley Garrison Commander, Colonel Michael Foote. On July 26, Fort Riley will conduct a black start exercise in which installation electrical power is temporarily turned off. Congress mandated that the services test their ability to operate in a degraded energy environment. The Army has directed each installation to conduct a black start exercise to evaluate our ability to perform critical missions and functions without local municipal energy support. This planned event could last for up to 8 hours for some facilities and locations.
Last up to 8 hours.
Don't get caught in the dark and start preparing now. Preparation tips, information, and updates for this July 26th exercise will be posted on the U.S. Army Fort Riley website at home.army.mil/Riley and the Fort Riley Facebook page.
That one's brilliant. I don't know. I mean, this is the first time in history that any military has done an exercise about power, let alone an exercise where they are going to literally cut off the power. We need to pay attention to this because also on this date, on the 26th of July, they're also having the UFO summit too. So pay attention. Tomorrow might be a little weird. Just a little bit. Just a little weird.
So you see, this is what I'm talking about. I goes and I do my research. Michelle Obama's mother dies, leaving inheritance to my son Michael. Okay? It says Michelle Obama, mother, Mary McGillicuddy Robinson, has died at the age of 84. She went peacefully in her sleep before being made mostly devoured by her whatever disease she had. Chicago police ruled out any foul play. The real story, however, is how she worded her last will and testament, according to Illinois comptroller and keeper of the public records, Michelle doesn't legally exist. My thing is, Ms. Robinson will clearly state that her possessions should all go to my son, Michael Robinson Obama. In Illinois, a person can legally change their gender, so she had to use his real name on, or she wouldn't have gotten anything. So again, I just did my research. You know, we've been lied to about everything.
Everything. What do you think, Joan Rivers? What do you think they took her off this wonderful plane of Earth, because she spoke out about that too. She spoke out about Michael.
Let me tell y'all how mad freaky it is.
Pay attention
that
to
Blue Ivy
and her
did
sunglasses.
this dance, and mind you, this is like the 7th dance I've seen, and she's just gotten more and more confident. So this one she's hitting it, but the glasses. Pay attention to the glasses. Like, that's a trivial. Look.
See that shit? Did you see that shit? You want me to play it back for you, just in case you didn't see it? Let me play it back for you. Like I said, watch her glasses.
Look. That was magic. That was sorcery.
Picked them up and put her on. Like, she didn't even touch them. I can't do that. I wore glasses my whole life.
Beyonce's daughter, because no one else could do that. That's a Beyonce.
I wore glasses almost my whole life. There's no way I can pop my glasses up over some hair, put it on top of my head. Witchcraftery right there. Witchcraftery, or glitch in the Matrix, whatever it is, I think that could be a part of it too. Matrix. Now this one's really gonna get you. Now with the movie with Barbie and Heinemeier being out right now, you know how we always had films about the first atomic bomb being dropped, Well, pay attention to this, because it will shock you to the core. You make you think real quick. Thinking cap on.
Okay, here's another conspiracy theory. You've seen all the grainy footage of nuclear test blasts that
Sure.
the mushroom clouds, and there are always these grainy things, and there's all these like little houses lined up and little trees lined up, and it blows everything down.
And this made me
Okay,
think.
so here's the question, right? So what happened? Okay, so this is great. Okay, you'll love this. So what happened to the camera?
You son of a...
How is that happening yet the camera is like totally stable and fine?
Oh my god.
And by the way, and the film is fine. The radiation didn't cause any damage to the film.
Oh my god.
By the way, okay, we'll do this one. We'll do the loop one more time here. Let's see the car. Where's the car?
What? I ain't see that
Wait a
part.
minute. First
You see the car up here?
The car comes from.
Watch the car up here.
Second, does it really look like a car?
What?
Does that look like
The
a car?
what?
That's insane.
Is that a house or is that like is that a,
Lying to us all the time. This whole thing is
That
staged.
does look fake.
This whole world, this whole stage is staged.
It looks like the smoke is too big. Watch when it hits. Like the volume, like the size of it, it looks small.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like we're looking at something that's like a few inches tall.
If you watch like making of Star Wars, any of the any movies,
It looks
before
so
CGI,
fake.
Whenever they do anything,
It just looks so much more fake now.
Yes. Yeah, this looks fake.
Let's get another one. It's like, okay, what the camera's fine.
Let alone no camera burnt down.
That's
All the film was saved.
Oh, it was a good.
Terrible. That one just shows you that you cannot believe what you see. You just can't. You just can't. It's terrible.
Lucifer Hades Diablo, what could you possibly want now?
Weatherman said there was a storm coming.
What's his name?
A hurricane.
That ain't its name. Have they named it yet?
They give them names?
If they're concerned, they do.
I don't know.
Well, what was the category? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Category?
Yes, and don't bother me for anything less than a cat, too.
They said to stock up on supplies and possibly evacuate.
They always do.
Why are you not taking this seriously?
I'm sorry, is the Waffle House closed? Is Jim Cantori on his way?
Who is that?
Oh, he's the guy you gotta leave bread and milk out for on Hurricane, or else he'll leave you without power for a week. Listen, if you're really concerned, go down to the Publix and stock up.
Okay, what do I get?
Well, if it's a cat 3 or under, probably stick with beer. But if it's a cat 3 or over, go on ahead with hard liquor.
What?
Oh, I don't know. Just grab some chips, maybe a little party tray,
Gotta love it.
stuff like that.
Nothing that you said was really non-perishable.
Well, for some reason, people clear the grocery store out of milk and bread first, and those are certainly perishable too.
Okay, well then what do we do?
You ever been to a hurricane?
Woo! Hurricane party!
About this?
Of what? Honey, the only thing I am concerned about is you eating all our dang hurricane snacks before the storm or being left with no AC in 90-degree weather and 100% humidity.
You really are all insane.
Well, welcome to the party, Lucy. Now pick a job before a fly gets in. We about to play chicken with a hurricane.
You best believe it, boy. You better welcome to Florida. That is Florida life already. We ain't worried about hurricanes that much. It's just what it is. What? Hurricane came? Okay, let's go to the store. Let's get some liquor. Let's get some chips. Some necessities, nothing that we need. Really need, But damn right, Jim Cantori, hey, She said, leave some milk and cookies out there on the day before the thing comes so you don't blow his house. Oh, man, I love it. All of these are wonderful. Einheimer, man, I think that one is not Einheimer, but the fucking bomb. I think that one right there is just, it shows you right there what they can do to manipulate the masses. It just is what it is. It's terrible. Life of video game and all some good ones, man. I love them all. I love y'all to death, man. Y'all are amazing. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, please remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me the comments down below which ones that made you think, because they do make you think, that's for sure. Till then, man, you already know to keep your mind open, because those eyes will see everything in front of you. Y'all stay crazy.
You gave us something we never thought we could have.
And what is that?
Another chance.
I think I heard a shot. I think I heard a shot. I think I heard a shot!